Hey guys, I have a new band today. I'm so excited. It's called The Strokes. The Adults Are Talking by The Strokes. It's interesting. I don't know what The Strokes is. I could have a stroke any minute sometimes when I'm listening to this stuff because it stresses me out. But we're going to listen to The Strokes without a stroke, okay? I won't have a stroke. But we are going to hear about how the adults are talking. So let's get right to it. Go! Oh, awesome! Snap bass!
They've been saying you're sophisticated. They're complaining, overeducated. You are saying all the words I'm dreaming. Say it after me. Say it after me. They will blame us, crucify and shame us. We can't help it if we are the problem. We are trying hard to get your attention, climbing up your wall. Climbing up your wall. Don't call her 'cause you never return. I know you think of me when you think of her, but then it don't make sense when you're trying hard to do the right thing, but with a recompense. And then you did something wrong and you said it was great, and now you don't know how you could ever complain because you are confused. Because you want me to, but then you want me to do it the same as you.
Wow. I can't tell exactly what this song is about. But it sounds like, I'm looking at the title. The adults are talking. Okay, so obviously, I don't know who the adults are. If he's talking about himself or if he's talking about somebody. But he did say something about they'll crucify us or they'll say stuff about us. We're trying to climb your walls. So, I don't know. Maybe he's talking about the adults. I don't know. We'll hear the rest. But it is interesting how adults do badmouth the younger generation. It's just is what it is. Every single generation, even when you grow up, you're going to be bad-mouthing the younger generation. It just is what it is. Because, I do know why that is. I think I'm just going to explain it to you. Even if this song is not what I think it's about, which we'll find out, I'm going to explain something to you in the very simplest of terms. Let's say you have somebody who's 15 years old, okay? Now I have to use younger people because it's a lot easier of an analogy. But let's say you have somebody that's 15 years old. And then you have a kid that's 5 years old, all right? The 5-year-old walks up to a hot stove and's like, oh, I can't wait to touch this stove. And the 15-year-old goes, no, if you touch that stove, you're going to burn your hand off. Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. That doesn't make sense. I'm going to touch the stove because I want to touch the stove. You're like, no. Well, why does that happen? Because the 15-year-old has learned from experience 10 more years than the kid that's 5. Literally. Now, it wasn't that we taught the 15-year-old that it was hot. They know from experience that it's hot. Because either they touched it or they've seen it sometime in their life. They've seen it like, whoa, I know what burn means. I am not touching that. But how do you tell the 5-year-old? The 5-year-old's like, I just don't believe you. I have to touch it. Because they have to experience the exact same thing that the 15-year-old. Take that into a 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80-year-old, okay, that has been through tons of experiences. So when you get that older generation, they sit there and they go, oh, these kids know nothing, right? So it's crazy because when I was a kid, I thought, my parents are so stupid. You don't understand. You're just judging me. But then as I got older, I thought, oh my goodness, I'm judging my kids because I'm on a different, you're on a different plane, right? But yet the kids nowadays have learned 50 lives more than your average person from the early 1900s because there's so much information. And it's pretty interesting how that is, but there's still that, I guess, that common sense stuff that you learn throughout the years. So I know that's a long rant. I don't know what this is going for, but I am going to love to keep going. Ready? Go! Oh, love it. Love it. Yeah.
You were waiting for the elevator. You were saying all the words I'm dreaming. No more asking questions or excuses. Information's here. Here and everywhere. Don't go there, 'cause you'll never return. I know you think of me when you think of her, but then it don't make sense when you're trying on to do the right thing, but with a recompense. And then you did something wrong, you said it was great, and now you don't know how you could ever complain, because you're all confused, 'cause you were made to, but then you want me to do it the same way as you would, but I don't want anything.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, so good. Yeah.
Stockholders. Same shit, a different life. I get it right sometime. Maybe not tonight. Maybe not tonight. Maybe not tonight. Maybe not tonight.
Yeah.
Maybe not tonight.
Oh my goodness. I love it. That is alternative music. I love the alternative music. Oh man. It flows and it was literally going from speaker to speaker to speaker, like, you can hear guitar over here, then you can hear the bass playing over here, and then the guitar, and then the guitar over here, and the bass, it was just going, and everything just felt good, and it worked. I don't even care what the song was about. It almost sounded like a love story, too, towards the end or whatever, but whether it's a love story or about adults are talking, I don't really care. The video meant nothing to me. It was really the sound and the way it made me feel. It made me feel good. I loved it. All right, the Strokes. Can't wait to hear more, man. Can't wait to hear more. Peace.